First, a pilot-eye view of the 1955 Farnborough show, with the giant wings of Britain's big bombers dominating the scene. This was the 16th display by the Society of British Aircraft Constructors, and as always, it was a display that people from all over the world wanted to see. In the course of Farnborough Week, they came in their hundreds of thousands from scores of countries. Interest in British aircraft construction seemed to be keener than ever, but that's not surprising in view of the forward policy of British designers. Among distinguished visitors to the display was America's General Grunter, Supreme Commander Allied Powers in Europe. The First Sea Lord, Admiral Lord Mountbatten. Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands, himself an expert pilot, had flown over. The Italian Foreign Minister was another of many important overseas visitors. And here's Mrs. Pundit, India's High Commissioner. Everyone who went to the show certainly found plenty to see and examine. The assembly of aircraft was comprehensive, from the supersonic experimental to the brand new utility. Military aircraft were prominent, with emphasis on attack. All shapes and sizes were on view, from a new look in fighters to the latest V-bomber. Yes, details of aerodynamic design provided a fascinating study at the static display. One of the most easily spotted of the aircraft being the Victor with its lofty tail unit. Then, streaking out of the clouds, the Comet opens the fly past. Development work on this aircraft is leading to the new Comet 4. Powered by 4 Rolls-Royce Avon jets, this aircraft will fly from London to Johannesburg via Cairo and Nairobi in just over 15 hours. This aircraft is the world's first delta-wing 4-jet bomber. It's due to enter squadron service in RAF Bomber Command next year. During his flight, Sir Anthony himself handled the controls and is reported to have been greatly impressed by this great and formidable machine. The Vulcan has flown at over 50,000 feet near the speed of sound. Avro test pilot Roland Falk, flying over Farnborough, put the giant bomber into a perfect roll, as if it were a fighter. A spectacular achievement and a spectacular machine. The Avro Shackleton MR3 flew over with 3 of her 4 engines feathered. Short Seamews, 2-seater light anti-submarine aircraft, flew past in formation. And here, installed under an Ashton, is the Rolls-Royce Conway bypass engine, a major advance in gas turbine technology. Now the de Havilland Jaren, claimed to be the most powerful type-tested engine yet announced, mounted experimentally in the Sperry. One of Britain's already famous V-bombers is the Handley Page Victor in super priority production. Another is the Vickers Valiant. These long-range high-speed bombers in service with the RAF have already set a number of records. Singapore to Darwin at an average speed of 518 miles an hour, and London to Baghdad at over 523. The Avro CF-100 is a 2-seater long-range all-weather fighter. It was designed and built in Canada and is in service with the RCAF for Arctic defense. Here's some attractive evidence of how the CF-100 handles. Spectators presently had a particular thrill when they saw the English Electric P-1, the first British aircraft to exceed the speed of sound in level flight. Now Squadron Leader Tennant prepares to take up the Folland Nat-1, a development of the Midge. This lightweight supersonic fighter makes two notable claims: that it is only about 1/3 of the weight of a conventional fighter, and that it can be produced in about 1/5 of the time. The British Ministry of Supply has ordered a number of Nats for development flying. An increasingly common practice with high-speed aircraft is followed by the Nat, the use of a parachute brake when landing. The Fairey Delta II has an elongated nose which can be lowered to give the pilot a good view forward. In this case, it's being raised, and the pilot takes off with the nose in normal position. The Delta II is yet another research aircraft probing into the future. It's capable of supersonic speed in level flight and has exceptionally thin wings. These impressions of its flying demonstration seem to indicate that it will do anything demanded of it. Coming into land, the nose is lowered. And once again, parachutes slow down the landing run. Now another Delta, the Gloucester Javelin. This long-range, all-weather, radar-equipped fighter is designed to carry a most advanced electronic and guided weapon system. Powered by two Armstrong-Siddeley Sapphire jets, the Javelin is supersonic. Finally, to round off this great show, the Hawker Hunter. The Hunter F4 can be equipped with plastic drop tanks, 100-gallon tanks that don't affect the aircraft's handling qualities. It also has special attachments for underwing weapons. The two-seater trainer is a new version. On order for the RAF, it's undergoing intensive development. Earlier Hunters have already completed their first year of squadron service with the RAF. Meanwhile, Hunter export orders have passed the £120 million mark, surely a great tribute to its quality. Undoubtedly, the flying display by these British fighters thrilled all who were watching. The formation roaring overhead was certainly a highlight of this Farnborough flypast.